Mariners lose 5-3. They fall to 63-60 on the year. They've lost the first of a 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Go over the scoring plays as we normally do. Can't say always because there's been some that we skipped lately. In the fourth inning, Luke Raley homers to right to score Jorge Polanco. It's 2-0 in the middle of the fourth. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa doubles to left to score Brian Reynolds in the bottom of the fourth to make it 2-1. Yasmani Grandal homers to right in the bottom of the fifth. That ties the game at 2-2. And then Andrew McCutchen hits a sac fly to score Michael A. Taylor 3-2 at the end of 5. Seventh inning, O'Neill Cruz doubles to center to score Jihuan Bay and Michael A. Taylor 5-2 at the end of 7. Mariners do get one in the ninth on a Jorge Polanco homer. But that's it. And the Mariners lose. And I'm sad. I wish this team didn't affect my mood as much as it does, but it does. It does. It comes down to expectations, right? And frustration. And I've talked a lot about frustration on this channel and what does frustrate me and what doesn't frustrate me. I don't get frustrated when I see things that aren't capable of getting it done, not get it done, because they just can't get it done. Why should I get frustrated by that? In a weird way, it reminds me of the fear of death. The fear of death doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I have it. I didn't for a while, but I have it now. But it's the most unavoidable thing in the world. There's nothing you can do about it. So being afraid of it doesn't actually make a whole heck of a lot of sense. But the things that we can avoid, the things that can be, taken care of, for lack of a better term. I'm sure there's a better one. I just can't think of it. When you can do something and you don't do it, that's frustrating. And I have seen the Mariners do just enough for them to still be labeled as frustrating. But they're getting close. They're getting close. Positives. Julio looked good today. Double, base hit. I think outside of the over 5 disaster in a game they won 12-1, I think Julio's looked just fine. Just fine. Luke Raley, very nice day at the plate. Reaches 3 times, hits the 2-run homer. Jorge Polanco gets on twice, hits the homer. Does make an error on the field. Defense was not good today. We'll talk about that in a second. Those are positives. I'm going to put Logan Gilbert in the positive. It wasn't great. And for the first 3 innings, it was fantastic. And then it kind of fell apart a little in the middle innings. But I thought there was more good than bad. So I'm going to put him in the positive. Mainly because I have other things to go over, But I'll put Logan Gilbert in the positive for this one. Do you know who I always put in the positive? It's Simply Seattle. Thank you so much, Simply Seattle. Very best in Seattle sports gear. Awesome stuff for the Mariners, the Seahawks, the Kraken, the Storm, the Sounders, Cougars, Huskies. You can find it all at simplyseattle.com. Then once you find it all, use code MOLLYWOP15 to save 15% off your order. MOLLYWHOP15. Automatically takes 15% off your order. Doesn't matter if it's baseball stuff, soccer stuff, hockey stuff, Kraken, by the way. Should have mentioned them. You can find it all at Simply Seattle and then use that code and it automatically takes 15% off. There's a link in the description. You can just go right there and there from YouTube to the website and then just copy and paste that code. Put it in when you're checking out. It's a great deal from great people. Thank you so much, Simply Seattle. Thank you for nothing, Seattle Mariners. I went off this ride. It's just been such a roller coaster of a year. And in my heart of hearts, it makes me wonder if this season's either going to end beautifully or if it's going to end because it's one of the two. It ain't going to be a normal. They're not going to go 85-77 and finish 3 games out. That's not going to happen. It's going to be one of the two. It's either they're going to finish they're and they're going to make the postseason and do really well, or they're going to finish one game out, and it's going to be like going 82-80, and the White Sox going 80. The White Sox, the Angels going 83-79. By the way, okay, Google, what's the score of the Astros game? 4-1 White Sox, top of the sixth. So a chance that the Mariners don't lose a game. So that's nice. Should have put that in the positive, but didn't think of it. I mean, this offense just stinks. The top of the order today was garbage. The top of the order and the bottom of the order, garbage. Robles was bad. Rosarina was bad. We're going to skip someone who I hate focusing on, but today we have to, and it's a daily show. Canzone was bad. Rojas is bad. And I said is. I'm sorry. The defense isn't nearly enough to make up for this just absolute crap from offense. He's been a horrible offensive player since basically May. It's just not good enough. And, they did draw 4 walks against Skenes. And, Raley's able to get the homer. But outside of the homer, just not even close to good enough. And then Polanco's homer, which is, I know it's in a save situation, but a solo homer when you're down 5-2 is okay. Okay. I'm not complaining about it. It just doesn't really. It's tough to say that was a high leverage situation, is what I'm trying to say. Very lacking of eloquency. It's just not good enough. 3 runs is not good enough. And you're playing a Pirates team now that has played like Dookie for a while now. This broke a 10-game losing streak. And sure, they were due for a win. It's late enough in the year where that's just not good enough for me. People can tell me all they want about how wins in April and wins in September are the same damn thing. No, they're not. And sorry for the swear. Sorry. Shout out Pioneer Elementary. I do not understand the. So JT Chargois has not pitched in a week, and I don't get it. And he finally does come in and pitch, and of course, gets the out. I don't understand Austin Voth in that situation. And Austin Voth has pitched really well lately. But JT Chargois is a better pitcher. Maybe you're saving Chargois because there's no way Jimmy Garcia was available after working back-to-back games and not being effective in them. So maybe you're saving him for that situation. I don't like it. I don't like saving people for situations that may not happen. Give Austin Voth a clean inning, right? Have JT Chargois come in that situation. And it really cost you the game. I thought it was a very poor decision from Scott Service. One thing I do want to talk about real quick. I think there's a suggestion that I myself asked for Scott Service to be fired, and I did not. I want to make that abundantly clear. Would I have a huge issue with the Seattle Mariners making that decision? No, because as I said in the video and as I said on KJR, I don't think Scott Service has made the Seattle Mariners better in 2024. I don't think he's made them worse. And I don't think that hiring Manny Acta or hiring someone else in the organization is going to be the difference maker. I just want to make that clear because I am not calling for anyone to be fired. I am calling for them to sell the team. I'm done with that. Sell the freaking team. But I'm not calling for anybody's job on this website or especially on the radio. And I do think there's a big difference. between this little 1,600 people. And yeah, if you don't see the difference, good for you. I just don't get that decision, though. I thought it was a bad one in process and obviously in result. By the way, Trent Thornton did fine. Low leverage. That's what Trent Thornton should be working in. I hate to do this, man, but because I love Big Dumper. And by the way, the fact that that dude came out with a bring him back, love him. I love Big Dumper. I love Cal Raleigh a lot. He played a horrific baseball game today. Horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. That air was massive. This is a tie game. Even if he's safe, they don't score another run. I love you, Big Dumper, but that was a horrible game. The double play. They need him to be better. The pressure that is on guys like Raleigh and Julio and Rosarina. Now, Rosarina is a little different story, I think, because he's been there a lot. But those are your three best hitters. Rosarina, Raleigh, and Julio. I don't think it's even close. They are your three. You could argue Polanco belongs in that conversation too, and especially as of late. But so I'll take back the close thing. Anyway, you're asking those three, an awful lot of them, and two of the three today just flat out stunk. Big Dumper, you got to be better, buddy. You got to be better. Okay, Google, what's the score of the Astros game? The Astros trailing the White Sox 4-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Still winning. Go White Sox. Go White Sox. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. I'm frustrated, man. This is a game they should have won. Be back tomorrow.